All right, so I'm just studying the charts, and I'm actually about to initiate a test trade. Just for example, in the group, the creator of the tool that I've told you about that gives you the 4-point and the 3-point check system. A lot of times throughout the day, if you pay attention to the group, she'll give some guidance on certain things that could take place and could put you in a position for profit, but you have to be paying attention and studying the charts and doing your homework so that it makes sense to do so. But she mentioned that if this candle got over a certain amount that happened earlier today, it could push to where it actually goes above 29,700. So what I'm about to do is enter a test trade just to test the theory of that. This is a little bit outside of the the 4-point check system, but it lets you know the community that you get access to and how, if you're paying attention to the groups, you can make money just by being in the right area. That's what I call access. That's what I mean by having access. If you got access to the right people, the right groups, things of that nature, you can make money just by having access. So outside of the tool, you get access to people that can position you to make money. That being said, let's see if it'll let me go to the trade. Paper trading connect earlier was giving me an issue on the paper trading, but let's see if I can get in there and take advantage. All right, so I'm so new, I still have to figure out how to get back to where I can hit buy. So this is a test trade just based on access, being in the right groups, in the right community. That being said, let's see what it does. Now, I'm planning on manually. Hold on, did it place the buy? Let me make sure. Okay, so the buy has been placed. It's an open trade right now. But okay, there we go. I couldn't see that at first. All right, so it's in profit right now. And I'm planning on manually closing this one out just because this is not the typical flow. This is just based on being in the group and her saying, hey, if it busts through this number, then it's a good chance that it can go through this number. The number that she said it could actually go over would be that 7,000. Just by $1 though. She said it could go over that 29,701. That was the estimate. So that being said, let's see what it does. I entered in the trade just to kind of, test it out and prove that access to certain groups could make you money. Now, this is also what I want to point out. The system told or gave a buy signal right here in the form of a reverse buy. The take profit one would have already been hit. So it's proof that the system works. The chances of it hitting the take profit two are usually slimmer, but I just want to let you know that the system has already produced profits for those who caught that signal. This is a test trade because I want to see what community looks like. Now, for example, I can hit to close the trade right now, or not now, but at the time where it was $17 and I would have been in profit just based off the right access. Because sometimes when it comes to these type of trades, you're not trying to let it run all the way. You just might be trying to do what they call scalping, get in, get out. Okay, I see some profits, boom. This is one contract, so since it's one contract, it may not make the most. However, you can still be in the green and get your percentages up. So I just want to see what this is going to do, and then I'll take out the profits when I get the opportunity to do so. So the number that we're aiming for is 29,701, but I'm going to close mine out before then once it gets to a certain level. But then I'm going to still let it play back just to see when and if it does hit the 29,701 like she mentioned, because she knows the game and has been in the game. And I told you, skill sets, access, and assets. Getting access to the right people can make you money. And this is going to be proof. So this is the TP1, TP2. And you can see it's still, the power bars are still in the green, still money in it. The only thing is not a buy signal right now. It was an earlier buy signal, but I usually like to hit buy when it's closer, not so far away from the initial buy signal. But this was just extra bullet point that she gave us inside of the group. So I'm like, okay, let's see. Once it pushes through the area that she was referring to, it was actually like here. No, it wasn't there. It was the 8:30 time frame. So the area that she mentioned, if it pushed through this area, it was like the 8:30 high. So let's just say around this point. If it pushed through that, then it could go into profit. Well, it pushed through that. So now it's just a waiting game of seeing what it can do. And a lot of times the market manipulators and, big money, they throw pump fakes and can throw you off of your plan, but don't get emotionally attached. It's just going off metrics, numbers, guidance, and action and execution. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. I'm not emotionally attached to the trade. Obviously, it's a paper trading account, demo account, but more importantly, because I trust the tutelage and the system itself to know, okay, these people they know far more than I do. And since I'm a beginner, I'm educating and empowering other beginners to get access to what I know could help you get money out of the market. And that's when you're in a position of power. When you don't have to worry about people per se to get money, then that's when you're in a position of power. When you don't have to get permission, that's when you're in a position of power. When you know that it's millions of dollars circulating out there and you can tap into it on the daily, that's when you're in a position of power. So I want to empower those who want to be in a position of power to be empowered. And if you want access to the tool and the system and the community, then feel free to do so. $40 up, lock it in. Lock it in. $41, I just went and, locked it in just for GP because I said I was going to stop it early. However, I do want to still see what it can turn into. So I'm not going to let it play too long, but I will pause it and then come back and show, hey, it did hit this at this time. Because right now at the time of this recording, this is real-time data. It's around, right now it's currently almost 10 o'clock. So it's almost 10 o'clock a.m. at the time of this recording. I just locked in some profits just based on guidance in the group. She said if it busts through that, it can actually end up busting above the 29,701. Notice, she didn't say it's going to hit the TP2. She said where it can go based on her analysis. So based on that analysis, I was like, okay, if it can get there, then that means I know it can get here. It got to get here before it get there. So let's see what profits I can secure, and boom, show the people in real time profits being secure. So I'm going to pause right here and then let you see when and if it hits the 29,701 so you can know what type of access you're getting by just being in the right community. On another note, what a person can do once you get familiar with the tool, if you know that the goal is to get it to 29,701, you get the point, then you can set your own stop loss. Take profit at that number. So you can say, okay, I want it, if it's going to get to 701, let me place my take profit at 29,700. So you can place your own take profit once you get familiar with the tool as well. All right, it's getting close to that number, so I had to push record again. And the thing about it is, of course, you can manually get out of the trade, but if you set your take profit, it doesn't matter how long it stays at that number. If it hits your number, it takes your profits. That's powerful because you're not worrying about it hovering and staying there or staying above it. You got your take profit set. Once it's hit it, boom, it cashes you out. So, of course, you could be looking at the screen and then try to time it, but if you can have a take profit set, then you lock it in. And, of course, it could go above that. Of course, it could almost get it and not get at it. And then if you decide, you know what, it's close to it, it's close enough right now, boom, I'm going to take it. You can. And then sometimes people might think, I should have waited. Boom. So she was on the money. She was on the money. She was on the money. It did it. It actually did it. So that would have took people some profits. And right then and there, you would have gained and made money just off of access and being in the right group. So that's another form of access. You're getting skill sets by getting the tool, of course, and you're learning, but you get access to the right group. You make money as a result. So she called it. She was on the money, and the tool is still printing. Some people probably already just took their profits. Some people still letting it ride. The choice is yours. If you want access to the tool in the community so you can develop your skill set, by getting access and you end up becoming the asset for your family, it's available down below. Mr. Smith signing out. Salute. So this is what I mean by looking for A+ setups. I said it because I wanted you to see how it looks on the screen. It's in, a couple of different places. But an A+ buy setup, you want everything to be green. A high probability of the market going up, also known as going long. Green buy signal. So you'll see the green buy signal, which is the indicator that prints a green buy signal. So you want to see that. You want to see a green bullish bias. Remember I showed you the bias in the upper right hand corner. It's either going to say bullish, bearish, or neutral. If it's neutral, you don't do anything. You just wait. Patience is key in trading. Patience brings wealth in trading. So you look for a green bullish bias, which lets you know that the market has been going up. That's the bias. That's the nature of the market at the time. You look for a green trend bar. That's the wavelengths that I showed at the bottom of the screen. You want that to also be green. And then you're looking for a green power line. Power line that is green and horizontal basically says money is in the market right now at this time. Come get some. It's so many words. Once all those 4 things have been checked, consider that an A+ buy setup. So it's a higher probability. Real simple. Real simple. 1, 2, 3, 4. For A+ sell setup, what you're looking for is, pretty much the opposite, minus one thing, being identical. You're looking for a red sell signal. You're looking for a red bearish bias. You're looking for a red trend bar. And you're also looking for the green power line as well. That lets you know money is in the market. You want liquidity. You want to be able to get money out of the market at the right time, strategically, and rinse and repeat. This is an example of what an A+ setup is based on these 4 things being in position once you have everything set up, once you get access to the group. Now, I'm going to go over real quick what's in the group so that way you understand what you're getting, and then let me know if you got any questions, anything you want me to clarify on, so that way I can incorporate it in other videos, and I know it can help others as well.